If high school English classes had handed us this version of Henrik Ibsen's Hedda Gabler, voluptuous, rebellious, and dipped in the smoky glamour of the 1950s, we'd have all fought over front row seats and clawed through the text like it was contraband. Literature wouldn't have just been homework. It would have been dangerous, electric, seductive. Thanks to Orion Pictures and Amazon MGM Studios, that fantasy is now streaming on Prime Video, a fire-breathing reimagination that every drama student and theater purist will argue about for years. Forget dusty stage lights and stiff collars. This Hedda is bourbon warm, lipstick dark, and razor sharp. At the center of the storm, Tessa Thompson stepping into Hedda's polished shoes like she was born in them, equal parts coiled threat and tragic child, a woman spoiled by privilege and imprisoned by her own hungers. Hedda Gabler has always been the general's daughter who can aim a pistol as well as she manipulates a room. But here, she's something more, not just clawing at patriarchal gates, but determined, violently, passionately, to seize the key and burn the door behind her. She wants control over a destiny. Her destiny, Thompson says. Voice steady, eyes burning with the understanding only someone who's lived inside Hedda's mind could have. She wants power, not just access. Money and status matter, but what she really wants is autonomy. And the tragedy? She never learns how to wield that power without turning it inward, or outward, or both. Hedda's destruction of herself, of others, becomes almost mythic, a wildfire sparked by insecurity and smoldering desire. Thompson confesses she felt Hedda's impulses like a child's impulse, that primal instinct of wanting what someone else holds the second it's out of reach, no matter the cost. Unchecked, those instincts twist. They become venom. Director Nia DaCosta saw that venom, and instead of taming it, she fed it jet fuel. She loved the original text, its messy brilliance, its refusal to tidy up female rage. But she hated watching stage versions sand Hedda down into a museum relic. The play was alive. Why were productions embalming it? So she asked the most deliciously disruptive question a director can ask. What if we turned the dial up to 11? Cue shimmering champagne parties, loaded glances across smoky drawing rooms, and the hum of danger under velvet gloves and crystal chandeliers. Cue a queer reinterpretation that flips Ejlert Lövborg, once Hedda's brilliant male counterpart, into the captivating historian Ejlert Lövborg, played with magnetic intelligence by Nina Haas. Suddenly, Hedda's torment isn't only about patriarchy's gates. It's about forbidden love, ambition shared by two women in a world terrified of allowing either to burn too brightly. And yes, DaCosta was thinking about phantom chandeliers. Literally. If Lloyd Webber's Phantom could crash one on stage, why can't Hedda weaponize opulence too? DaCosta's vision says, elegance can be explosive, beauty can be lethal, and repression is always a fuse waiting for a spark. Casting Thompson wasn't just artistic, it was revolutionary. A mixed-race Hedda isn't a footnote, it reframes the entire power structure Hedda claws at. Hedda becomes a woman at the table, but not of the table. Allowed in the gilded room, yet never fully belonging. It's devastating, it's refreshing, and it's overdue. Thompson remembers the classic silver screen titans, Bette Davis, Barbara Stanwyck, Susan Hayward, sharp-tongued sirens who smirked while they bled. You see flashes of them when Thompson's Hedda lifts her chin, eyes narrowing like she's carving a future with a look. One moment you swear you see Margot Channing, the next you feel Mae West winking behind the curtains. But Hedda isn't an homage. She's a resurrection of an archetype too few women of color have been allowed to embody, the glamorous anti-heroine. And how thrilling, DaCosta suggests, that a new generation of theater students will now study Hedda and see Thompson staring back, proof that classics don't belong behind velvet ropes. They belong in the hands of those bold enough to rip them open and sew them back together. Yes, purists will grumble. Yes, someone in a turtleneck will whisper, "This isn't the Hedda I know." But art isn't a shrine, it's a battleground, a playground, a mirror. DaCosta and Thompson didn't just reinterpret Hedda Gabler. They cracked her spine, let her bleed modern electricity, and dared us to look away. By the time Hedda hisses, "Then I will destroy you," the room freezes. You know she means it. You know she'll ruin herself first. And yet, painfully, shamefully, you understand her. Because this Hedda isn't a villain or a victim. She is both. She is human. And she is unforgettable. So watch closely. Let her hunt you. And remember, literature was never meant to behave. Sometimes the most dangerous women in fiction aren't the ones who want love. They're the ones who want freedom.